Hello everyone, Daniel here from the Next Issue Podcast. On today's video, I'll be doing a review for episode 3 of House of the Dragon, second of his name. Uh, so uh, this was probably one of the longest episodes, and not by a lot. This one was almost an hour long. I just finished watching the episode. I watched the preview for the upcoming stuff for the next episode. And then I like watching all the behind the scenes with the creators, like the intent of the episode, and they kind of explain some of the major key points and stuff behind the production. This was good. Whew, may it's probably my like this show just every episode keeps getting better and better. Let me give you a brief synopsis, very spoiler free. In this episode, we do have another time jump. The crab feeder, the war continues with the crab feeder, but with Damon and the sea serpent on that front. Then we have a hunt has been prepared for to celebrate Aegon's birthday. So everyone goes out for the hunt with the king, and at that place, there's a lot of politicking, a lot of people just approaching the king about different situations. So there's a lot of that, and then towards the end, we do have one big cool battle. So um, I will tell you this up front: this was probably my favorite episode, specifically for Paddy Considine, who plays King Viserys. He was so good. He was the main focus of the episode because, as I mentioned, we went on the hunt. First of all, going on a hunt, for those that have only watched the show, that's already a bad omen as far as like I don't know. I have last time we went on a hunt, we lost the king, right? So this is different show, different material, but still, I think the tension's still there from just that part. Um, we also have a really good performance. I think Millie Alcock, who plays Princess Rhaenyra, she's just so good on the screen. Like her presence is great. We have a lot of really like there's a really fun interaction where uh, it's almost like when a teenager goes to their room and they're just blaring music mad, but like try to put that in Game of Thrones like context. It's really weird, but the vibe was the same. I really enjoy that. I like the act. I like the actor a lot. I think like they're just delivering really good performances all over the place. Matt Smith probably has, although I don't even know if he has lines on this episode, but I don't know that he needed lines in this episode. He's only in the episode very briefly, but let me tell you, it's probably one of his most powerful performances. Yeah, so this was great. So much fun. They introduce a lot of other characters too. I really like seeing them. Like because we know a little bit about the families and everyone that's around. Obviously, this takes place way earlier, so things a little bit different, but some of the things are kind of the same. I think a lot of those larger families have been in control in the kingdom for so long, right? And they make it all the way to when we've seen Game of Thrones. I really like this. I love the politicking. Like it's really interesting because this is we had never seen the king like in every like a day in the life of the king, right? I think for the most part, the kings we've seen, like I mean, they didn't. We had Robert Baratheon at the beginning, and then we had, they didn't get any better, like with any of his kids. But here, I think we almost feel for Viserys. At least I did. Um, Obviously, he's probably made some bad decisions, but the character, like it feels relatable as far as like I'm in some deep, bull, right? And it heavy weighs the crown. So yeah, it's really good. I really like that tension. There's a lot of like a lot of finally things coming up to the surface from that have been building up. I like the approach that they're doing these time jumps because it feels to me like they are visiting, like they have a plan to visit all these key points in the story. Like they have the story laid out, right? The book Fire and Blood. They know what their beginning point is, they know their end game. I feel like they have enough confidence in the show that it'll be a success, that they can plan out pretty much. We know that we're going to get a season 2 already. It's already been greenlit. So I feel like we know that they can kind of take their time and really just visit those key points that they want to tell us. And that's why there's time jumps, and that's why I think the time jumps work, because they have a purpose. We are looking at highlights of this story, the main points that shape our characters and who they are. The creators of the show mentioned at the end of this episode, episode 3 is where our three main characters, Viserys, Daemon, and Rhaenyra, like where they are finally forged as to who they will be for the continuance of the series. So really, really cool stuff. I There were so many things, like so many just like references to the lore that we're familiar with if you've seen the shows. For people that read the books, I'm sure they're just swimming in it. um, we get some other great performances too. I don't want to go into any details because that'll be a little bit spoilery, but just know that I mean you'll know what I'm talking about. We get really cool action sequences. Both there's a parallel storyline where they raise the tension really well. Um, there's something that's more like on the political side with King Viserys. Then there's some stuff that's more action oriented with Rhaenyra, and there's more action oriented stuff with Daemon. So it's a really neat balance of like, this is about politics, this is about people playing the game, like all these lords trying to just get a spot in the kingdom, right? Trying to like ultimately get their way. But then we also have actual like action, like there's confrontations and physicality. Dragons aplenty once again on this show. Yeah, really, really good. Another great fun episode. I can't wait till the next one because the preview looked amazing. But yeah, let me know how are you guys enjoying the show. What do you think of the show so far? I know I hope there's a lot of people coming back to the show, even if they were not on board with how how Game of Thrones ended. I think this show is giving us like the best parts of what everyone liked. And I've said this before. I have no issues with the way Game of Thrones ended. I quite enjoyed the full ride, although I understand there was definitely a dip in quality, but it wasn't enough for me to like leave the series in bad terms. But I understand that some people feel that way, and very valid. Your reception of art is very valid. But yeah, anyways, let us know down in the comments, how are you enjoying the show? What do you think? I know there's many I hesitate to theorize because I know there's a lot of information out already. This is a book that we know what's going to happen, so I don't want to theorize. I just kind of want to enjoy the ride. But thanks for watching, everyone. Remember to share, like, subscribe, hit the bells. When we go live, that is most Sundays, 10 a.m. Central Standard Time. Stay tuned because we have more comic reviews, trailer reactions, TV recaps, all that good stuff. And thanks for watching, everyone. Bye bye.